So is there something maybe I didn't bring up or something you want to get out there that you want to say?
I could talk for days.
I could tell you.
I could talk. I'm a talker. Y'all could probably tell. So off the top of my head, not really.
Mm-hmm.
If you got any questions yourself that you want to get into, I'm open to answer them or to get into a conversation about whatever the fuck. It don't even got to be about film. Man, it don't matter.
Well, what's your schedule like today?
I think around like 2:30, 2:33 or something like that. I gotta get up with my mom, my sister, my aunt.
Let me.
What time?
What time is it? How far are we in?
Okay.
Oh, it's 1:11. 1:11. Okay, 1:11. Hour and 20.
He tired of hell.
you need a 5-minute break. You want a snack or something? We got we got things in the freezer. We got.
Oh, it's good eats. My word. I don't know what I want. What's that blue bag? Are those Doritos back there?
These are
the Pop. Okay, that's what I want. I want some cookies.
Oreos.
Yes. Or what's those behind those?
These are
Teddy bears. I want the cookies, the Oreos on God. I'm not sure if he's still rolling or if he's gonna hide this in there or not.
No, we edited it out. Oh,
all right. Well,
like it stays rolling.
If he ever put this out, I'm a cookie fiend. If you want to make me happy, if you want to put a smile on my face, give me cookies, bro. Like I love cookies. Like cookies and ice cream is like
that's your shit.
That's my shit, bro. Cause I eat relatively healthy,
uh-huh.
So or I try to balance it out. So like when I'm just need a comfort snack or like bro, cookies and ice cream don't miss. But yeah.
Look, how do you feel like being here, like the room, like what? I like to ask people when they come in here, like how do you feel, like how do you feel being in here, like the vibe, like
bro, the vibe is pretty comforting.
Uh-huh.
Like it's pretty. What's the word I want to use? I mean, comforting is the word. Mm-hmm. Like it don't feel like these are here.
Yeah.
You don't feel like all just shit is here. It feel as if like it's a whole cohesive thing.
Mm-hmm. What do you think will make it better? Maybe not like camera side, but like our perspective. Like, do you think maybe I should put things up here just to?
Yeah, I would say like pictures there.
Maybe
something to sort of like, for instance, I know Zach has like a whiteboard.
Where he
has his like logo in the middle and he has like everybody's sign after there. Like so maybe just something like that people could just either interact with their like physically or visually, like pictures or something.
That's one thing I wanted to do.
That's all I can really see though.
After recording, I take a picture with the people or the person.
Yeah.
So that way, eventually, I want to have like a gallery of every guest that has been on here.
Fire.
So that's kind of, maybe I'll start doing that now.
For sure.
So eventually, I want to have the wall full of people that came on. Mm-hmm. That way, because I want this to be a place where people want to come on.
Like a safe space.
Yeah. So
like a safe space for sure.
Because that's really the only way to grow.
Honestly.
Yeah. And what's it called? What about to bring up?
These shit's busting on God.
Yeah, I feel you. Doritos good too. You don't want to like a soda or something?
I don't drink soda.
I figured.
I started drinking soda like I would every now and then. Get fucked up, but bro, it was probably like 5-6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the Super Bowl. That's how long ago it was. The Broncos was in the Super Bowl. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
I think it was like, yeah. I think the Broncos was in the Super Bowl. After that Super Bowl, I drank so much grape soda. So much grape soda, bro. I was like, I'm not touching soda ever again.
Bro, it's sugar.
And I really, too, right? Yes, it was good as fuck though.
Mm-hmm.
But from there, I just said I'm not drinking soda ever again. Not because it was nasty, but just because I wanted to stop.
Okay. And
from there, I just stopped drinking soda. And I could probably count on my hand how many times I drank soda within a year now.
How many do you think? 3, 4?
Probably 3 or 4.
Okay. Wait, was it like special occasions?
So like special occasions, or I'll tap something that someone else has.
Okay.
Like for instance, if someone has a soda, it's like, bro, just pour a little bit in the cup type shit. I ain't even gonna drink the whole thing. And I probably haven't had a full soda. I probably had a ginger ale.
Okay.
Cause some people, like where I come from, ginger ale isn't soda, it's medicine.
Yeah, when you're sick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes it did help my stomach because I had anxiety. Well, I have anxiety. So, especially like during basketball season, like I would meditate and everything like that. And before the games, during the games, I'll be calm and shit. Like I don't even hear the crowd. I know it's there.
Yeah.
But I'll just be so zoned in. After the fact, all of the nerves are just rush.
Yeah.
Like all of the shit that I saw wasn't. I guess you can call it compressing, or like tuning out.
Is it kind of like a? Is it what you're saying? Like not letting the adrenaline get to you, or? Oh, wait, just like your emotions.
I guess you can call it that. Like I was just poised.
Okay.
So after the fact though, all of the nervous nerves would hit me. Like my stomach be like, yo, like what the hell? Like, I remember it was after one game. I just left. I think I went to Wawa or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think I was in the car with my ex or something like that. I'm like, yo, my stomach just hit out of nowhere and stuff like that. And then I had to get the ginger ale out of Wawa, even though I didn't want to drink soda.
You don't get that feeling before the game?
I get a little bit of butterflies.
Okay.
But like I said, like I do meditation sessions though. Like I have like a mental coach.
Okay. Hey,
like and like my uncle played in the NFL.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
What team?
He played for the Vikings for about 8 years. He actually was like really like that. Like my uncle was like that. He like led the league in the interceptions one year.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. Got snubbed from the Pro Bowl too. I was mad as a bitch.
What's it called?
But he played for the Eagles recently. Most recently.
Does he still play in the NFL?
He's on a contract, but he don't really like all right, so you know how
he's like a free agent?
I'm not sure where he's at right now. I'm not sure if he's a free agent now. Mm-hmm. Maybe now. I know that he was with the Eagles last year, and I'm not sure how long that extension was. But I mean, he's been in the league for a long time. I want to say probably like at least 10 years, maybe. If I want to say. No. He signed undrafted. I think it was 2014, if I'm not mistaken. So about 9 years or something. So, yeah. So it's been a minute. So he getting older. So it's like he probably retires soon.
How old is he? Like almost 40?
He is, I think, 33 or something like that.
Oh, so damn, he's not old at all.
He's not old at all on paper if you're not playing football. But if you think about it, he been hitting and all of that contact since he was younger than me, since he was probably like 8 or some shit. Yeah. So all of that sort of takes a lot of wear and tear on your body, and especially in the league. 9 years is a long time, especially for positions like defensive positions.
Take all those hits and
defensive positions and running backs. That's why you don't see them last a lot. Quarterbacks last the longest because they're not getting hit as much.
On the sports side of things, right?
Yeah.
Who's your like I guess your influence on the sports? Basketball.
That's a great question.
Football.
For sure.
You're like that's that one dude.
Basketball wise, I'll give you a couple names. Started off being Allen Iverson and Chris Paul. That's why I wore number 3. Because those are always my favorite players. I sort of imitate the way that they play a little bit, sort of take things from them. And one, like, the biggest person within that, like, I would say is Kyrie Irving, though. Because even outside of basketball, because a lot of people say that I play like him, but I don't. Like, I don't really play like Kyrie. I just move quick, and I can dribble well, so people say Kyrie Irving. But outside of sports, though, I just like his personality. Like, I just find him a very genuine soul. I really admire how he was able to find himself. Like, he found his old tribe, like his origin within like his roots and stuff, like his indigenous roots and stuff like that. Like, there's little stuff like that outside of basketball that he advocates for. I really admire, and I just want to have a conversation with him. So at some point, if this blows up, Kyrie Irving, if you're watching this, a young soul want to have a conversation with you, my dog.
If you have a conversation with him, I would like to join that conversation.
For sure. So I would say Kyrie, and he also directed.
Oh, really?
Uncle Drew. You ever heard of Uncle Drew?
I have heard of Uncle Drew.
So Uncle Drew came out when, like, the series with Coca-Cola came out when we was in, like, middle school, I believe. No, I think elementary school even. I think I was in, like, 5th, so you might have been in 4th.
Yeah.
So, like, I think it came out that old ago. And then Uncle Drew, the movie, came out, I want to say, somewhere between me being in 8th or 10th grade. Okay. But that's, like, for him to venture outside of that and act as well, like, that's something that I really admire. I'm really inspired by people that are able to bridge gaps. So I don't really want to get away from sports. We'll come back to it. But, like, Kyrie Irving's an example. Pharrell Williams is an example. Tyler the Creator, A$AP Rocky, Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar. Like, them 6 right there is like, if Mount Rushmore has 6 spots, that's my 6.
Okay.
So what I said Kyrie, Pharrell, A$AP, Travis, Tyler, Kendrick. Yeah.
Okay. You watching the UFC at all?
Not really.
No.
Not really. But I fuck with combat sports though. I really watch boxing.
Boxing, okay.
Yeah.
You see the Terrence Crawford fight?
I had Errol winning.
Really?
Yeah. I knew it was gonna be a good fight, and Terrence is like that. But I think that I just been following Errol longer because Terrence hasn't been pushed for a long time, and I'm relatively new to the sport. Like someone that's OG in boxing would probably consider me a casual, to be honest. But I think that I sort of like I'm really into it now to the point where I consider myself like an actual boxing fan. So I understand as I like watch the breakdown from it and stuff like that. I'm like, I can see the way that Terrence's style too much for Errol. It was just too much for EJ. But EJ's still him though.
I saw this was kind of new, so maybe you haven't seen it. But do you watch Joe Rogan at all?
Yeah,
he brought on Terrence Crawford. I think
that's
last week.
Ago. I watched the clip from it. I ain't watched it full.
Okay, yeah, it was a good conversation. He's smart as shit. Like, he tells you like shit you might just see like a certain movement. He'll explain everything.
Terrence smart as hell. Smart as hell, bro.
Yeah,
for sure.
What's it called? You know how he's brought up the Mount Rushmore for people? Mm-hmm. Who's your Mount Rushmore for artists?
Artists?
Like rappers.
Rappers? Okay. All right, so we're going rappers or artists? It's a difference.
Let's go artists. Let's go
artists.
Artists
is like it's a difference.
So
my personal Mount Rushmore or just
your personal Mount
All right, because some people be like, bro, why is so-and-so not in there, bro? I'm like, bro, he's good, but I don't listen to him. Off rip, Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar is... We'll get to it. I'm going to just give you the list first. Kendrick, Kanye, Travis Scott. And I'm in a bind right now because I've really been into Tyler a lot. And I feel like adding him would be a differential there for a different, like, I think that he sort of has influenced a whole different lane of people. However, that's not the lane of music I've been listening to for a long time. Like, I've been listening to Tyler for about, I want to say 2-3 years now. Okay. Even though I listen to everything he's made.
Yeah.
But the ideal answer for me would probably be Uzi.
Uzi? Okay, yeah. But Uzi is just, I feel like he started that wave of, like, being very different.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like their influence, though. I would consider, like, Travis is like he's like a mix of, like, Kanye and A$AP.
Yeah, that's one thing a lot of people say that he's...
And Kid Cudi.
People say that he kind of copied A$AP Rocky. He stole his, like, style.
I wouldn't say that he did it. I would say this, because I'm somebody that's a fan of both of them. Like, I want to meet both of them, and I hope that they collab. Like, I don't want them to beef nothing. Like, that song would be OD. But I would say that it was more so, like, Rocky's like a OG. Like, he came out around the time of, like, Kendrick and Drake type shit.
Yeah.
So his style was so left field to the point it was accepted by both the street niggas and people that was, like, not into the street.
Yeah.
To the point where he was able to bring fashion and rap and females and all of that. And his stanza, he wasn't super, super lyrical. Mm-hmm. He just was able to deliver well. Yeah. That's what I consider Travis. And I think they talk about similar things, like, just their style with their, like, they also direct too. Like, they direct their own music videos. Like, so I can see I think that Travis is more so influenced by Kanye. More. They just got the same hairstyles. They sort of dress similar.
Even on the business side.
On the business side?
Yeah, because Travis got, Cactus Jack? Mm-hmm. Kanye got Yeezy. Mm-hmm. It's crazy how, and Drake got Nocta. Is it called Nocta?
Yeah, Nocta.
See, I feel like rappers make a lot of money once they use if they know what influence they have and they use it right, they can make a lot of money, like, based off their own name. Yeah. Obviously, they can make money off the record deals, but they're limited to that if they have a record deal.
I feel like the biggest mastermind within music, period,
Kanye.
It's Kanye, but I'm not gonna say Kanye.
Okay.
It's definitely Kanye.
Yeah.
However, I'm gonna say, because he's not I wouldn't consider him the best artist. He's a producer. That's not a producer anymore. But Pharrell Williams is him. Like Pharrell Williams is like the behind the scenes mastermind of everything. Like he's made some of the best songs ever existed. I think he's the best producer ever. And beyond that, he sort of like merged lanes of that and fashion. Like starting off with just the whole like, I don't know if you know of that like era, but like nerd, and then he's sort of the reason why Bape is popular.
Okay.
Like he brought Bape over here from getting with Nigo. You may know who Nigo is, but Nigo made Bape from Tokyo.
In Japan, right?
Japan, yeah. So Nigo, he went to Japan and came back and with like some shit of Bape. He sort of popularized Bape that he made Billionaire Boys Club. You might see Billionaire Boys Club.
Yeah, I heard of that.
So like he's been doing that since that and being in songs. He's still an artist still. Like I think Pharrell is just.
I got a question, right? You may know it, but
and he's from Virginia.
Correct. Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
He has like a beach festival he does out here.
Yeah, something
like
in the water.
Yeah, huh.
And I think that if I'm not mistaken, because he's the new director of Louis Vuitton.
I was about to ask
collection.
you that. Yeah.
Bro, the new shit, bro. I wish I had the money for it. I don't got the money for it. Like you feel me? But the little new what is it called? The monogram. It's not the monogram. I forgot the name of it. If anyone is into Louis Vuitton and into what's going on right now, they know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But the camouflage, I think they call it damouflage. I think it's called.
Okay.
Where he like uses the monogram checkerboard that Louis uses, but he makes it camouflage though.
Okay.
And that shit looks so hard. Like he got so many pieces within this runway. Like this runway that he dropped was fire. It's hella inspirational.
Yeah. Do you ever see yourself doing something like that? Like moving very, very deep into fashion like
Definitely.
that? Yeah.
Definitely. Especially once I get film off the ground in that way I want to. And fashion sort of like all of this oversaturated streetwear shit sort of gets like people start to be like, all right. Once you start to see them heads start to fall, I definitely will. It's too saturated right now. And I want to get like a better reach and things like that beforehand. But
you know how like certain people or certain like brands have a style they're known for?
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever have like, let's say directing side, like what's the right word I want to use? Just build a style that once you see it, like
that's Kid Rage. Yeah, that's sort of how I want to tailor things. For sure. Like that's exactly how I want. I want it to be cohesive. Like I want my brand, film, and clothing to be cohesive. So if you see something, even if you don't see a logo, you like, yo, that's probably a Kid Rage.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I'm saying, type John. So
do you ever think maybe like, if let's just say you really wanted to get deep into fashion, would you ever think of letting Kid Rage film work run itself, or have some like a second man and you kind of be like the main head of the fashion side?
It's hard for me to say because I want to be hands-on with everything as much as possible. It'll be times where if I'm doing that, I will have to. Especially like I would have to, like I wouldn't have a choice. I think that I'll more so have somebody helping me with fashion than with film, because film is sort of like I can sort of give an idea out with fashion and it could be more understood. Yeah. Versus film wise, it's here. Yeah. You can't see what I see necessarily. You could probably see a version of it, but not necessarily. So I would say that's what I would think. I could be completely wrong. Because as I get more and closer there, it could be it could be the opposite. Who knows? But I would say so. I'm more so right now. I'm really like inspired by Japanese clothing. Japanese streetwear is like that, like undercover. Yeah.
Japanese streetwear has like, it's just so much. It's so unique. It's so unique.
Like it relatively looks the same. Like it all to Americans, it will be looked at as like emo or dark and shit like that, but like I look at like the cuts within it, like the way that it's tailored, the way that it's the proportions, all of that. Like Japanese clothing is crazy. Like I mean, you ever heard of Subi jeans?
Subi jeans?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Subi, if I'm not mistaken, is from over there too. But it's so many different. Like Japanese is like that right now. And if I had the money, I would splurge on it. But I'm taking my time, and when I get the money, I usually just invest it into my own stuff. At the end of the day, I could wear all of that as much as I want to, but it ain't gonna mean nothing. What's gonna mean something is my stuff. Yeah.
Let's just say, right, have you ever had like let's say money wise, right? Because I know you don't see, like, I'm sure eventually you want to like have this like be like main source of income.
Mhm.
But if you would ever have to like not do this, what would you like want to do for work? Let's say like a job or work or
Oh,
start
that's a
business.
great question. That's a great
Let's say
question.
besides
a lot
like
of people don't know
yeah.
that answer. So my first thing I ever wanted to be in life, before I even wanted to play basketball, was I wanted to be an architect.
Okay.
So I'm really into like the way houses look. Like sometimes I watch architectural like digest and like look at the way that like houses are designed, the elements within them.
Down to the blueprint.
Yeah. I haven't really got super deep into it because I don't like math. Like I'm good at math, good enough. Like I was a smart ass in school. Like I graduated from Manchester with like a 4.3.
Damn.
But I don't like math like that, to be honest. But if I were to step, I would say like for instance, after I mean I do want to get into real estate at some point, but after like carriage and all of that whole empire is sort of set in stone as I get old, like 40s and shit. Yeah. That's when I want to get into architecture just for the fun of it and be able to like see what I can do within that field. If earlier, then earlier. But who knows? But yeah, architect.
That's a good
like architecture.
That's a good answer.
And my mom is into interior design. My mom has her own business like for interior design. My mom is an interior designer.
Okay, like houses or just like
any space for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. What's it called? I keep saying what's it called because
No, you good. You mind if I put my hoodie on?
Go for it, bro.
Sure,
if you guys use the bathroom, take a break, then we can
good,
do that.
We good. I don't even need to use the bathroom. I'm locked in.
Locked in?
Yeah.
Dave, what we at? 140, yeah.
Indeed.
Yo, what are your thoughts on AI?
Fucking hate that shit.
You think, because you see how crazy AI
is.
It's
moving ridiculously. Like, I say AI as far as just anything, because AI is anything now.
Yeah. Let's just say if you're like in the film space, you ever think like AI will completely take over? Or like
Hollywood is on a strike right now.
Yeah.
So like a lot of big shows and actors and movies and stuff, like they're on strike. Like that's why Stranger Things isn't coming out.
Oh really?
As soon as it was supposed to. Because AI is sort of taking over too ridiculously. So a lot of people are on strike right now as far as it. So I personally don't like AI.
Yeah.
Like I guess in some ways it can help certain forms of creativity, but it's taking over it's like an apocalypse damn near. It's sort of scary to talk about.
It's kind of taking away like the art and the beauty behind
it like that, because the mind is more powerful than what people may think, bro. Yeah. Like our minds are strong as hell. We just got to be able to have a collective conscious enough to bring it together and have it come to life. We don't need something that's not us to be doing that shit for us. Like we don't. Like that's not the human way. That's not the natural way of order. Like I don't like it personally.
You know, it's like AI is like. You remember when you were being younger, seeing like those movies, robots and everything. You think about it like, oh, that's just like a imaginary thing.
Yeah.
With AI, it's like that's really a possibility now.
It really is. Yeah. It really is. Like CGI has always been the thing. Like what I'm saying. It's just but now like AI is taking it to a whole other level. Like you really making humans, not humans, look like humans. Mm-hmm. Like that shit is OD. Like and how the hell you got artists. Songs, and it sounds just like them. Like that shit's sort of creepy. I don't like it personally. Like,
you know,
songs be hard though. Like that Drake song hard as a bitch.
Yeah, the one with The Weeknd.
Yeah, that shit hard as a bitch. That shit hard as hell. But like, I don't like that idea though, because that's not him. You know what I'm saying? And Drake put a lot of time, or The Weeknd put a lot of time, or whoever else they mimicking and copying. They put a lot of time to get into where they get into as far as becoming who they are. Like, it's an art form. That's why it's called an artist. That's not art. AI isn't art. Like that's. I don't like it.
I think that's when like the rich people just
it
benefits them more.
Yeah.
Because like they don't have to. It's just less time, work, less money, less expenses.
That's all it is. But I don't like that because that's the motive is money.
Yeah.
I'm a person where like I don't value money.
Don't.
Like if we want to get deep, we can get deep. You want to get deep?
Go for it.
I hate numbers.
I mean, that makes
sense. I have
sense.
a love-hate relationship, and I don't like numbers in general because the creation of numbers sort of sparked a lot of different illusions within life in itself. Like, time and money is the biggest stressors for everybody.
Yeah.
In some way or form.
Yeah.
No, and that's so it's created a different form of like fear within us, and it's a whole different motive within. Like, that's why like it's no true true intent behind much things anymore. So now all the rich people, like, they're leasing all of that, like, that's all they chasing is money.
But you know, if
for what? You're not even gonna spend it all. Not even gonna spend it all, nigga. Like, come on.
See, I agree with that, but you kind of have to play the cards you're dealt.
We have no choice.
Yeah,
we have no choice.
Because it's like, you know, you can either, you know, some homeless people that are really smart, and normal people might seem as crazy, but reality, think about it,
they talented and smart as shit.
But maybe they just didn't want to. Maybe they realized they did have a choice. I mean, I guess they wanted to sacrifice this to have that. But I mean, it's like, you kind of have. That's kind of one of those situations where you're gonna have to make the best out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
it's not up to you.
Yeah,
it's not up to you because we still live in a world that's what controls our world.
Yeah,
money and time controls our world.
Do you think like maybe? I gotta ask, right? What is like your religion standpoint? Like, as in like, I mean, like, not religion. Like, do you believe in God or not? I mean, like, back in time, like how reality started and everything like that.
Oh, like what are my beliefs as far as
yeah?
that?
Or do you, like, as in, like, is it like God created Earth, or do you think maybe like a little bit more on the scientific side?
I don't scientifically. I ain't into the scientific shit because them niggas don't fucking know. I'm not religious, however. I'm more spiritual. I would say so. As far as whatever created it, it's some form of a higher source. So whenever I'm like talking, as far as that, I would just say the universe. That's what I always just say instead of saying God or whatever. It's sort of the same thing. I just feel like a higher source because I believe in energies. Energies sort of really sort of like because it's a 3D and there's a 4D. So I sort of try to like have a balance of living between the 3D and the 4D. Like right now we're living in the 3D. That's where we live. But however, I try to connect to the 4D, which is like the energies, the spiritual side, to really balance myself out and find my own version of like my higher self within the higher source type shit. So, yeah.
That makes sense. Because, you know, I feel like I'm not too religious either. I have a Catholic background.
Right, yeah.
I'm
I got a Christian background.
I'm really big into like I believe there's more out there that I guess people may consider God, but I see it in a different type of way.
How do you see it?
I see it as like how can I see it? I see it more as in like it's like you say an energy, but it's more like one thing I guess my way of seeing like life and how people see God and how God dictates their life, I see it as karma. Because I think it's all about you get what you give.
Energy.
Yeah, that's the energy I'm saying. Because you get what you give, right?
Hell yeah. Whatever you put into to life is what life gives you.
Yeah, and it's like, and one thing I was talking with Zach on the podcast. I was like, there's times where something will happen to me, and I don't know why it happened to me. I'll be able to piece it back together. Like, oh, I remember the time that I did this, came back to me, or something bad. Like I could tell you one from the top of my head that it was like when it first like kicked in. I was like in 8th grade. I was with a friend. We had snuck out. Shout out my mom. She's watching this right now, but we snuck out the house. She knows about this. And he had his Yeezys on, right? Yeah. He had a white pair of Yeezys. We were walking down the road. He steps into a pile of mud, right?
Yeah.
I laughed at him, right? We were like, you know, like who wears Yeezys or whatever to like do something like that, right?
Yeah.
And so same thing happened to me. I think it was like a year later.
Dang.
Because at that time I was too young. I didn't have a car, but I was walking to like the Walgreens. And so a car came. I had no other option but to try to hop onto the lawn because there's like a little ditch in between. One foot slipped right into the mud, and I immediately thought about how I laughed at him. Yeah,
for sure, bro.
It's like,
so I would say that like energy is karma and manifestation is what I believe in the most.
Yeah.
So, like, we on the same page as far as that, for the most part. You
know, one thing I do, and I've told a lot of people about this, is, like, when I see a homeless person or just somebody needs help, I tend to help. I'm not, I mean, yeah, I'm a little selective. I kind of, like, feel the vibe. But I try to help because, like, you know how people throw a coin into a pond for good luck or wish? That's how I see it. Because I'm a big believer you get what you give.
Yeah.
If I'm ever in their shoes, I would want that to come back to me.
For sure.
And it's like, it's all about being positive.
For sure.
If you want
positive energies, bro.
Yeah, if you want good things to happen in your life, you have to be positive because that's the energy will come to you because that's what you're putting out there.
That's what you're putting out there. It's like I like to always word it with my friends and stuff like that. I have conversations with like this wavelength. Like it's a different wavelength that you sort of want to have yourself on. So like, the more positive you want to hire, like the better, more positive the wavelength of life you're in, more positive pocket of life that you're in, and the more positive and abundant your manifestations will be. So that's sort of how I try to call it. Like that's like I always use the word wavelength for some reason because I feel like energies is waves. Like we talking sound waves. Like you learn that in school. Yeah. Like that's sort of the science side of things. Because it sort of coincides. So like I always say wavelength for some reason.
Yeah.
So that's stuck.
You know, one thing if people don't know this is real, maybe because they haven't gone through it. Mm-hmm. The law of attraction. That's 100% real.
Can you dap me up, gang?
That's like because it's like maybe, but that's you only realize that's real when you're trying to do something.
Yeah.
That's kind of like where that effort comes in.
My OG put me onto that. Don, like one of my best friends, Don, his dad put me onto that. Mr. Preston, shout out to Mr. Preston if you ever watched this. He put me on the law of attraction, and I sort of been really implementing that into my life as much as possible.
You know, another thing I realized too. I should say right. It's all about how you put yourself out there too, because think about it, right? You might have you have that third eye, your vision, creativity. Yeah. But if you didn't put that out there, how would people know?
How would people know? Yeah. Exactly. So to some extent, you sort of have to express it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like actually, it sort of don't relate, but it sort of relates in a way. Like I was talking to I think Zach last night, and I was texting my brother. Yeah. He not my real brother, but he like my brother, and he was like, I forgot you even had an Instagram, just and the fourth, like a main Instagram. He thought I had a business Instagram. I said, yeah, I had to just step out for the one time, show people I was still him. And I was like, but see, to be honest, like I only really do that to sort of help my business more so. Mm-hmm. We was talking about that, and I was like, sometimes you got to express your inner him though. Yeah. Or just what you're going through and just show it, because that's how you get other people that's sort of on the same wavelength. Because like being that, like we live in a 3D world, like the 4D side don't always show or prevail itself. So sometimes you sort of got to put it out there to be like, so other people may see and be like, oh, I didn't even know you was into that. Or I didn't even know that you believed in that same thing that I believed in, or read books or whatever it may be. Because on the surface, a lot of people may have a certain connotation of you depending on what it looks like. Like for instance, like I've been having conversations with people recently, or within the past couple of years, they were like, I didn't even know you was just down to earth. Like, I thought you. Some people probably thought I was arrogant, or some people probably thought I was one way or another because of how I was perceived due to social media. But once I started putting out there, like, what I actually do, like the customs that I actually believe in and stuff like that, like, it sort of brought another sense of, like, groundedness within it. Like, I'm more down to earth than people may think.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have, there's no other way to be when you're trying to
just
do something like this. You have to be down to earth.
You got to be true to yourself, bro.
Because you have to be able to understand yourself, other people, how the space works. It's like you kind of have to be down to earth because it's kind of, like I said, it's all about perspective too. You may know what you want to do, but you have to see how people will take it. Mm-hmm. And it's all about influencing in a way too.
Definitely.
You know, like I was saying, there may be like, let's just say, rough estimate, I don't know, right? Mm-hmm. For example, 10 million people with a similar third eye like you, right? Right. But not all of them are expressing it or putting it out there. Mm-hmm. Let's just say when it comes down to people putting it out there, trying to express it, social media, in person, whatever, number might drop down to 1 million. Yeah. So that will take out the other 9. It's all about who can put it out there the best.
The longevity of it and the execution of it would dumb that million down to 100,000. And that's how I get where you coming from.
Yeah, because like, one thing I realized too with rappers, there's way better rappers lyrically that aren't even known, but it's all about how you can get yourself out there. It's all about
definitely,
and it's also about kind of repetitiveness.
Yeah,
so people see it.
Mm-hmm. Consistency.
Yeah.
Speaking of like, because this sort of segues into something I do want to put out there, a little bit, like artist wise. Like I gave my Mount Rushmore of artists due to my liking, but there's a couple artists that I just genuinely want to work with, and I'm gonna just put those out there. Right. So number 1 right now, I don't have a particular list.
Okay. It's not like in order?
Yeah, it's not in order.
Okay.
Because I listen to them all the same. Or I may listen to 1 or 2 more than the other, whatever. But a list consists of, Sofego?
Yeah, I've heard of him. I don't really know his music, but he's pretty big right now, right?
Yeah. For sure. So more of the people I want to work with is more underground. Sort of on the same wavelength for me. Like, I think that's sort of like where I'm at. So I would say Sofego, Midwest. I'm not sure if you know who Midwest is.
So.
A lot of people I may name, you may not know. Baby Cody, he from Houston.
Okay.
Nice. Cash K, he's also a model and influencer as well. I gotta put you on to him. He nice. He from Atlanta. He's been doing stuff for me.
Oh, really?
So I really want to collab with him first, Cash K. And then my fifth, trying to remember, Young Chris.
Young Chris.
You gotta know who Young Chris is.
I don't think so. No.
Young Chris from Virginia too.
Really?
You from 7'5".
I don't really keep 757.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was born. I was raised up there. Yeah.
So all right. So you might know a couple songs from him. I had to play a song. Oh, damn, homie. In high school, bitch, I'm the man, homie. This shit is lit.
Maybe.
From TikTok?
I think so.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay, so.
Yeah,
okay.
that's Young Chris.
Okay, damn, that's cool. You know what I'll do? I'll make a TikTok clip of that. Hashtag them or at them.
Please do. Shout out to all of them. Yo, y'all all doing good shit right now. I'm tuned in. Other people tuned in. I want to work with you.
That's what we'll do.
We'll make something great.
We'll make a TikTok clip out of that. At them each. And I mean, it's all about like trying to get it reposted.
For sure, that's
get it
love.
out there.
Definitely.
Yeah. Let's go. What are we at, David? 55. What's it called? If we were to, would you want me to put it out as one video or split it up? Because I feel like the first like hour, around an hour, we were like talking a lot about the film
aspect of things,
and clothing brand, and the other hour was kind of like other things.
Other shit. That's exactly how Zach shit was.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm gonna let you choose as far as that.
Okay.
Like, whatever you feel is the best decision, do so. Like, I'm not too specific as far as that. As long as it exists, is what matters to me.
And that way, I'll probably do the 2-part, just so, because if I put it out as one piece, it's 2 hours. Some people might not
tune in the whole time, and we talked about a lot of good shit.
Yeah,
like so I get where you come from.
So in order for them, I feel like more people, and I want people to see as most as they can.
The viewership of it.
Yeah, so I'll get it. First half, I'll do it like interview style.
Got you.
Second half, everything else.
Got you. We here.
Yep.
On the same page.
Yeah, that's good. We can end there. We can always do a part 2.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm definitely coming back at some point. I don't know when. Maybe if it's before I drop a film or something like that. Again, for those watching, my name is Jamel Mcduffie, also known as Kid Rage. Yeah, that's
where we're going. That was another episode of Smart Minds, Good Times. Mel, thank you so much for coming on here.
Thank you for having me.
I know it was an honor, bro. It was a pleasure having you. Like I said, I'm meeting new people too. Sure. So I mean, you gotta hook me up with some merch. I'll cop off you.
I got you. I got you for sure. So he gonna have the link in the description.
Yes, sir.
Also subscribe to my YouTube. He gonna have the link to the description for that as well. And if you watching this, and you not subscribed, shout out to Smart Minds, Good Times. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like, for sure.
Yes, sir. So that's what we're gonna end it, guys. Later. All right. Damn, bro. That's good. That's good, bro.
Indeed.